Such a funny problem to still have. Because I'm pretty sure everyone, like I've seen so many people with issues getting the music to loop. Either way, we'll get into it soon enough. I can go away. Have to fix a few things. I'm sure the music will come once we enter the raid. So apparently for entry mode, you kind of can just force it with melee, which I might end up doing. I mean, we'll see how things go. But as it stands, we can throw once we get a band-aid and boost, right? Pretty sure it's an overload, yeah? If need be, we will, I guess, just wipe on the on Verzik over and over again until I have a inventory full of bandages. But hopefully we can just get entry mode done and then move over to TOA, which is definitely going to be a funner time on entry mode. That's sort of just the main goal for today. It's just music. Where's my game music? Oh well, I'm sure something will play once we enter. Might have overdone it with the magic gear though. So up first is Pray Magic. Don't need Mystic Mites. I'm pretty sure we can flick. And just like before, I'm not going to bother with the blood. Probably not the Nilos either. Well, maybe we do the Nilos. That's annoying placement. I don't know what the range is on this actually though. That was not worth it because of the blood splat. I'm pretty sure I could just do damage. Right, now we might actually have to deal with the blood. Although they're all on that side, which is nice. One of them comes down this corridor though, I'm sad. There's the Nilo. I didn't get any damage on it. Well, I guess I do have to do the blood spawns. As I continuously walk into them. My ping feels not great right now. Guess we're just doing cleanup and doing this slowly. I brought a prep pot, so we should be fine. He's all fuddled. Of course. But we'll walk into it. And no damage. I assume I'm on an Australian world. This fight has gone terrible. Just die. Bloods are in a nice spot though. I shouldn't have to heal. Might though. Play it safe. Alright. Annoying, but oh well. Entry mode. Yeah. That's a problem. Can you hop worlds while in Theatre of Blood? I can't, can I? Ugh. I don't even know what world I'm on. All I know is an Australian world is not green. Okay. Bloat will be fun, like this, that's for sure. But I shouldn't have to do anything on bloats. The chest is after bloat, right? I'm not missing anything. No. Berzik's gonna be a nightmare. I should probably just leave. But, whatever. Should power down soon, no? And it should be 5 hits. One more. No, 4 ticks, so one more. Got last time we did the zombie axe. We don't have to hug him just yet. For that exact reason. But now we do want to hug him. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Should have probably brought the zombie axe. It was definitely better. My mentality was because it's not good on the Nilos, it's basically just for bloat. And for Verzik, wow, I say that and I brought so much magic gear. Oh, that's bad. For Verzik, we essentially... I'll think and talk. We want to KO ourselves over and over again. So that we can just have an inventory full of bandages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if I was late there. Guess not. Should be on double time though. Catch back up to him though. I think I can still do 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. These are shitty 6s. I should have been flicking. Cool. I risk it? I probably eat 1 food. Just in case I get KO'd by something. Flies or whatnot. Like that. And then I get trampled. Fine, again, it's entry mode. We get our bandages, right? Yeah, which is kind of nice. And we just go again. And this time we will flick accordingly. Oh, well, I don't even have to flick, I can just chuck on chivalry. That blows. So it's probably only 5 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm too close to him because he's on the edge. Yeah, and if we die, I don't really care because I need to stockpile bandages at some point. Might as well do it now, then on Verzik. Gonna kill me. Wait, no. This is going terribly. 4. Read it. Trample's gonna get me again. No? Pick another food. That was bad. That was worse. More bandages for us. God. Kloo is kicking my ass right now. Going too early as well. Read it. Take the stomp. Yeah, I should actually use a bandage, so I'm combat potted. Also, he sort of screwed us, though, stopping on the corners before. Like, this is a lot nicer. Oh god, I'm not turning the camera well enough. I'm clicking horribly, like that, and I keep backtracking. That was really bad. to the camera properly. Where I would definitely like to mark the tiles. Alright, well, we profited some bandages off that, but we'll probably have to die to soda sec. Where's the chest? Must be this way then. Not this way. Why can I not see? I guess it didn't render in yet. For it being by that door. So until my inventory is full, I'm probably not healing on the Nilos. It's just kind of a waste. I want the Book of the Dead on, since I'll be ranging or maging more. We'll heal. I misclicked on that one, I guess. think I shot with a bolt before. T. Ranged. Bad explosion. Well, bandages it is. I should have dealt with the ones that are on me. Or, you know, just healed up more. I need to equip all the mage gear. Accuracy's sake. Otherwise I'm basically just wasting charges. I should probably pray mage. Oh, I'm also attacking the wrong one. And the pillars have so much HP I can fiddle around. Play a little bit cleanup. Don't stress too much. Oh, that was the wrong one. I don't even think the big ones can damage the pillars enough. Like, I'd rather just leave them up. Or do they still burst into little ones when they die? That I actually don't know. The burst. Bad one. So this pillar's probably right for bursting. Stay away from the pillars. Think we're good? I can just let them die. I don't know how much of this I want to put on. Worthwhile. Now I have to undo it all. Be back to magic. a feeling. And the cape. Cape's magic damage. Melee time, surely. Magic. Oh. I think all my gear is correct. Also heal on the next mage. Gotta be melee. Oop. My crossbow's over here now. And that should be on, that should be over there. Take my bolts, because why not? How many charges do I have left? 95. Ugh. Is it worth trolling on Sodasec? Might actually be. First is nice to see. The next one. Probably a little bit early on the changes. I should wait. But that felt kind of late. Those melee hits aren't horrible. Bad. Can't do L's, but I can do diagonals. Granted, it's worse, because diagonals you don't skip a tile, right? Early, but I think I was fine. I think the world ping actually saved me. I'm looking forward to training in the Seppuku on proper movement. Definitely a best place for it. And he just wants to melee me. I wonder what that was. Probably thralls on him. Or just deal X amount of damage with thralls. I guess. Let's see. Back and relax. Oh, right click for your task. Deal 100 damage with thralls. Yeah. Melee Zarpus. Eh. This is the shit show. Well, I don't have to worry till after. I assume you can throw in the first sort of segment. That was a bad one. The less he heals too, the less acid we have to worry about, because I did not bring any poison. But it also feels like we're getting horrible spawns. Oh god, that's awful. I'm doing it correctly. That one wasn't. Granted, my tiling is pretty atrocious. Just need to leave enough space. Also not stand under him. Fine. Use all our supplies. And we'll get more on Berserk. It's definitely the one I know how to do least. Like, I can do it range, but my range here is shit. Which maybe I should just soft him with range. Oh, that's bad. Cool. Where can I stand? Stand here. Heal. And just do it nice and slowly. I think 2 hits. Didn't actually go through too many bandages. Oh, another nightmare. Oh. Do I try to melee it? Especially with the ping, this isn't going to go well. My hits are horrendous, despite me bringing extra mage gear this time around. This is the Nilos you don't want to throw, do you? Yeah, no, I'm not in the rhythm. Nowhere near it. I guess trading is fine. I have enough HP. I should probably just wait, because it's this tile. You see the orb. No, it's one tile back. Running from this tile. Maybe this time or... Basically worked out the rhythm. Question is the final phase. Oh. Heal up. Roll. And press swap. And hopefully I have enough food. Not hitting big, so we're happy. And just run away from the Nilo. Apparently she doesn't want to use ranged. Nice. Grab shoot at time. Don't really have much food though. Finally. Be tornado time. But also no food left. Blow up. Oh, I'm dead. Close though. Just die a whole bunch, we'll get a whole bunch of bandages and call it a day. Well, that actually might be enough. If I do the step back better. I think we have the timing, and I can just slowly do it instead. And I should probably, well, I don't know if I should have the on the whole time. Probably. It's probably enough of a damage increase. I don't have to worry about anything but the Dragon Dagger. Well, I do want to kind of deal with the Nilos. Part of me wants to die and just get the last 3. We've died already anyway, and it's entry mode, so it doesn't matter, right? I just get the 3 extra medkits. Our gear's not the greatest. So my skill ceiling coming into play is meh. My damage isn't high enough. That should give me 3, surely. Two. Ah, 2's fine. Oh, no. Correct space, because the Dawnbringer. Thrall after the Nilos, but really Thrall's are only for the final phase anyway, since that's the DPS race. Don't forget your magic gear, which does matter because that was a nice big hit. That's on me. Luckily we weren't punished at all. We went for that one. Oh, it's not great. It's not how I want this to start. Don't get hit by the pillar. What tile was it? It was this one, right? No range just in case. Chivalry on. That was too... No, that was fine. I'm not going to bother if it's blue. I'd rather just run past it. That was too early. That was maybe... No, you'd rather be late than early. I might get hit by the second one, though, if I'm late. Like now I run. Oh, guess we're fine. For the blue. Run through it. I'd rather be late than early. Like that. Magic time? Yes. You gotta stop going too early. This phase isn't and punishing because it's the red orb instead. Wait for animation to finish, I think. Like that was probably too early. No, never mind. I'm just gonna wait for the next one. don't really want to waste the bandage. The healing is kind of more important. I want a little bit more damage. So I can feel good about using the bandages. So hit, move, hit, move. This is gonna be bad. The tornado. I'm gonna make it. Can you run through Vozic? You can. How do I get the tornado on the right side of her to be able to hit her? It's there. Thrall really has to be putting in work. Unless we swap to range. Yes, that kind of works. Though it's a bone crossbow. Come on, Thrall. Just help me out here. Doesn't help that I'm on the wrong prayer. And it's another spec. Currently immune. Alright, I'll get like one swing to spec her, and maybe I'm happy. On. Blue. Come on, Thrall. Range. Come on, Thrall. Oh, thank God. MVP. Right here. Alright, but the quest's done. I'm curious why this wasn't a mini quest like TOA. But done is done. I guess I talked to him outside. I mean, that's pretty nice, actually. A good chunk of cash, and the Adior is nice for bolts. With the smaller chests, it's just random. I should probably turn on the quest in case there's something in the library I have to do. No, never mind. Not trade. Talk to. Alright, so mini quests aside, this means. Oh, no, there's another cutscene. Alright, mini quests aside, that means the only 5 left are the big ones. Pretty nice. I'm guessing prayer's not an option. Should probably just put it on defense. Yeah, just put them all on defense. Same with the one from Tombs of Damascus. I think getting to 80 is important for Gauntlet, right? 80-ish. Alright. Elk. While we're at it. I'm on the wrong spellbook. Not Elk while we're at it. I do have to go by Chaos Runes, most likely. Alright, this is damage now. It's gonna be annoying. Why does it not give by the one slot? I guess because it's untradeable now, right? But yes. For the Warp Scepter for Tombs, it will definitely have to... Well, 195 actually. I mean, that should be pretty decent for one run. Blah. Recommendation. It should be fine. I think I can remember most of it from doing it on Gridmaster. I guess we'll find out. Just thinking... Should probably go do trees. We're so close. I think I have a Spori planted. And a few palm trees. Antiques. So if I go check everything, we should hit 70 farming for some of the owls, which is nice. Leaves just Herblore, Crafting, Construction, and Hunter. 72 for Calquartz, 85 for the high tier. Alright, let's go to Tombs. And then I want to talk through the map submission I made for the contest, RuneScape contest. Also changed to a Australian world, so I have proper ping again. I don't know what the island is, though. I feel like I've been there before, so it should be findable. Ooms? Nope. Desert Necropolis, there we go. How do I do this so that we can see it nicely? Well, it's not through that. Sorry, I'm fiddling with stuff. That might work. Why doesn't it like it? Oh, there we go. Question is, can you see my cursor? The answer will be a no. Weirdly. Also, I'm in the desert heat. Let me hurry up and get inside. Window capture. Blah, blah, blah. Worry about her later. Why is this not working? Gonna just have to make me show the desktop. Alright. Looks a bit wonky. Let me talk through this first. Why'd you kick me out? So I have no idea what this plugin is. Alright, because I clicked off the cutscene. Blah, 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 blah. Read and drop. Okay. I do... Why is it so small? Seriously, why is it? My full monitor... But it's cutting off. Interesting. It's not actually my full monitor. Anyway, it's kind of fine, right? You can see the notes, you can still see RuneScape. If you're ever curious, I mean, this is my full desktop, and this is the size I use for RuneScape. Not a itty-bitty tiny one, like most people, but it's not, you know, full screen or anything like that. Reasonable. I find it reasonable. But, what is this? Well, if you didn't know, do I even have the Jack-X launcher? Because that would probably help. There is a player-designed island competition going on. Right? And that's exactly what I've done. I've already submitted it, as they have recommended. And then obviously that's why my watermark is on there. But, you know, I would like to obviously put a video out talking about my idea, but need some sort of like sounding board, hence this. So, okay, where's like the, here we go, content guidelines, right? We'll read through this quickly. Don't need that anymore, and then we'll go over this. I will just randomly click. We can probably turn down the music a little bit. Or we just talk for a little bit, but yeah, so the basic idea is I'm just going to talk through this, and that way, you know, saying your ideas out loud gets you a little bit more perspective, right? So, suggested size 64 by 64, that's the KBD layer, or double that, so 4 KBD layers, right? Because it's, well, you know, this size and then go both directions, so 4, right? Please note, this also includes any underground areas, so, you know, sizing is important. Any creatures, blah, 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 you may reuse existing ones freely, adapt any existing up to a max of 10, which is a pre-curiosity, right? You can do a very, very combat-focused island in that regard, so red counts the example. Create no more than 1 brand new creature, though, which is also interesting. So you can have 1 new thing and, like, 9 old things, for instance. Maximum of 1 short quest is required to access it, so stuff like this is what you really have to zero in on, or at least that's my mentality, right? This is a May, this is, you know, the range, but this is a must. You must have a short quest. Can include up to 3 brand new activities, and this is a big one for me, because, well, you can see that side. Brand new activities. Total of 5, if including existing activities. That's a bit ambiguous to me, right? Because, you know, does mining and wood cutting count as existing activities? Because a resource node to me isn't really a big activity. Small activity might be crab hunting, but in that sense it is. But again, like ore compared to hunter, it's questionable, so I may have gone a bit beyond this one, unfortunately, but we'll get to that. Large activity would be something like a boss fight. Large activities must be fewer relative to your design size complexity, so I would assume it's like 1, 2, and then 2, something like that, right? You could have 1 new boss fight, 1 big activity. Again, a bit subjective, because there's complex bosses, and then there's, well, like the KBD. Big layer, not really a complex boss or mechanic, right? So it's not a large activity to me, right? Corp, yeah, large activity. So I'm hoping that I've kept in with the guideline, but anyway, combat is optional, but if you're going with this any difficulty, you should match the sailing requirement, and they recommend higher than 50, somewhere between 99. I'm pretty sure if you did anything at max level, it'd probably get thrown out, in all honesty, because there's not really much max level things, right? It's more, that's just the skill cape perk, and the 200 mils just the flex perk, right? I've gone sort of medium, so 50 is kind of still the edge or the precipice of the early game, and then, you know, 60 to 70 I would call mid, and then, you know, 70 beyond, mid to late, and then, you know, 80s above, 90s definitely late game, right? I mean, quests requirement-wise, if you ever think about that, yeah? 70s, the majority of things. I think there's a few 72, 75s, but combat's don't really count in my mind, right? So 70s to me is the endish of the mid-game, where you can get all the quests done, and then you start getting to the really juicy stuff, right? Where are we up to? 1 brand new music track, but this, to me, is... Well, I didn't do it. I kind of forgot about it, for one, but it was sort of like a glancing thought, because either you know what you're doing or you don't. I mean, their idea is you can suggest vibe and thematics, right? And then they will compose it. Provide 3 keywords to describe the vibe of the music track, or a brief sentence. Description of the purpose of the island and reference for the current OSRS music might help with the above. So this, unfortunately, I kind of just forgot about, which is a little bit unfortunate, because it does seem like a big checkpoint, right? I mean, there's stuff you can feed into here that maybe gets it done, but I don't know. We'll see. Narrative concept should not seek to continue existing storylines. We can build off of them. So I think I've stuck to that pretty well. And then suggest side grades rather than stuff that impacts the top meta in any skills or combat. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what the thought is. And then the island of point of interest must be located in areas that are accessible. So on the map currently, areas that are currently locked will not be open for the play design competition. Now I'm curious about this, because isn't there one island, not one sea, that isn't accessible? Still, the Cursed Archipelago, right? You can't actually go through here, and, you know, the thought is that this is where the next raid will be, right? It doesn't matter, that's not where I put the island. But so yeah, so aside from the music segment, unfortunately, I think I've created something interesting, right? So further details and basically the principles you should stick to, right? Why does this design exist? Why should players visit it? What rewards, activities, or stories make it compelling? How do you reach it? Does it make sense with the sailing release? And then keep your submission concise, less than 1,000 words, which is also interesting, right? Because if you take out image words, then yeah, I'm under 1,000. But that I also kind of not stuck to. Well, the PDF shows 1,000 words. Actually, I don't know if the PDF does. Word document showed 1,000 words. We'll see. Overall, it's just exercising creativity, which I like more. I'm looking very much forward to seeing what other people have submitted. Right? I don't necessarily think mine's. I like my idea. I hope it gets picked, but if it doesn't, it's not the end of the world, right? But anyway, what do we have? Well, we should probably zoom in and start. Right? How big's that? Yeah, that's legible, right? So, the island. While sailing is a skill of exploration from a game design perspective, it could be viewed as a foil to agility. So, agility for me, right? While there are some skilling unlocks, you can think of like blood runes and stuff that helps. Generally speaking, a lot of the agility unlocks are for PvMing or banking, right? So, for me, agility helps you with PvM more so than skilling, and sailing, from the looks of it, opens up a whole bunch of islands, right? The new Hunter Islands, the new Wood Islands, the new Ore Islands, right? And potentially the future. It can serve as the avenue for skilling activities. And that's where a distinction should kind of be made from a game design perspective, in my mind, right? Otherwise, it is basically just water agility, right? So, to that end, sailing could serve as world unlocks for many skilling activities, therefore represent the island of the Shiblos, right? A crafting-focused island with a few twists and new design to flesh out a focal point in one's crafting journey of glass blowing. So, obviously, it's a play on their Shiblos, right? Or, in that sense, actual glass blowing, right? Yeah, I thought it was fun. The island shape was meant to be a glass orb. I think I won my bang. But then I added, like, this little inlet that sort of ruins it, right? This shape was basically the island shape. But, location, Great Conch, right? So, here's Great Conch, here's Little Pearl, and then here's where the island I would like to put it, right? So it's out of the way, but not super out of the way. Take a charter ship, take your boat. I did propose a transport to the island, though, which, now that I think about it, sort of defeats the purpose of it being a sailing unlock. Granted, you'd have to get there first, right? I can't actually remember how balloon transport works. No, you don't unlock them from Mantrana, you unlock them from the island. Well, from the place, right? Yeah. So, landmass, easy enough. Points of interest, easy enough. And then the actual landmark. So, camphor? Am I saying that right? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Camphor logs, copper ore, and we'll get to why. A new hunting activity, and then a new activity overall, as well as an underground, right? So, wood cutting, camphor, right? Copper ore. New hunter, shimmering guillemots, right? Mooring points, so that's how you access the island. New crafting, Vasso's Glass Workshop. New beach scavenging, which I actually don't like that title anymore. It's one of those things where I kind of wish I put a pin in it, but I'm the impulsive sort whenever it's something creative like this, where as soon as it's done, I give it like one look over, and then I just go, yeah, I'm happy with this. And then, it gets, what is it now? A week later since the competition, and my mind's like, damn it. This could have used a little tweaking, right? Possible transport of hot air balloon, and then agility shortcuts, underground section, and the quest interaction, which is this sort of cave, right? And that's how you first crash land on the island, so to speak. Oh, that's the wrong image. They're the birds. Yeah. All right. So first, the underground. Southern end, a submerged seaweed patch, interactable from its edges. So the idea there is you're not actually going underwater, but you can still plant giant seaweed here on the island. And then the northern end is a sand devil spot, right? So my variant of a mob, similar to the suggestion of a red cow, is a sand devil, which instead of having the normal lucrative dust devil drop table, will have a crafting drop table full of sandstone, buckets of sand, seaweed, that type of stuff, right? And, I'd like a Slayer unlock that allows you to note said drops, but then that would sort of make it a separate Slayer creature to a Dust Devil, I'm pretty sure, right? So, you know, I've left it ambiguous as to whether or not it's noted or not. I would preferably, obviously, like everything to be noted. So you come here, you farm them if you're on a Dust Devil task instead, and you get all your crafting supplies, right? That would make me happy. Now, unlocking the island. So quest-wise, we have Blowing Off Steam. So unlocking the island will be done through the short quest Blowing Off Steam, where the player aids a Tortugan and Nano in his search for adventure. So requirements, trouble Tortugans, 68 sailing, so pretty high, right? Again, end of the mid-era for me. 60 construction, which is for Camphor, right? Actually, did I forget the sail? I feel like the sail was slightly higher. Boat facilities. Nope, boat parts. That's what I'm looking at. No, I've made that up. Is that an 8? That's not even an 8. No, God. I should have talked about this straight away. So it's 68 sailing for the Camphor mast and Camphor sails and the hull, and then 60 construction for the same sort of thing, right? 64 crafting and 61 hunter. So the idea being 61 hunter for the new hunting method, and 64 crafting for not only the new crafting method, but just to give it a sort of place within the crafting once we get to the activities, right? So the quest outline of Blowing Off Steam. So first you talk to the frustrated Tortugan, which is Lil Enano, right? On the docks of the Summer Shore. Then he gets you to go to the Little Pearl to talk to the elders. I wish I had more words, right? I would have loved to, type out a proper quest for this, right? So you talk to the elders on Little Pearl on his behalf because he wishes to join them in protecting the eggs, right? He wants adventure. He wants to be a great warrior despite his small stature, if you can sort of tell, right? He's, perspective-wise, smaller than all the other Tortugans, and Nano Runt, right? So Little Runt. Okay, so rejected due to his size, and then asked you to build him a raft for camphor logs, so he can go adventuring like his Uncle Vaso, who disappeared. So a little bit of mystery, right? So obviously, on the Summer Shore, on the Great Conch, you go over, you chop down your camphor logs, you make him a raft at the docks, hence the, again, sailing construction requirements, right? And then you follow his raft on your boat, and he heads south, right? He heads south to the Ashi Blows, and he encounters this cave. And at this cave, he gets sucked in by the rapids, right? And what do you decide to do? Well, you jump from your ship onto his, and you get sucked into the mysterious cave, and you end up on the island, where you awake to the sight of a one-eyed Tortugan. Enano recognizes him as his lost Uncle Vaso, and he also explains that he has created a new life for himself, right? Away from his warrior ways, if you will, right? So, he also notes, brackets, I should read everything. He also notes he swam out, right, and docked your ship for you. So, that's how we get around the hole. You jump off your ship and jump onto Nano's to, go through the cave. And then he swims around, pulls it to the dock. Done. You've unlocked the mooring point, right? So, Vaso, once a Tortugan seeking adventure, Vaso left the Summer Shore. He spent time looking for a nephew in a vast beach, saved a tribesman from a vicious creature he was ill-prepared for, losing his eye in the process. Should have drunk his agility pot, right? Crashed on a strange island where he renounced his combative ways and was taught the art of glassblowing, which, it's weird, but, like, as a kid, I remember Etrana being where I went to glassblow and do crafting, because it was like, oh my god, there's a sandpit, there's a furnace, right? This is the glass-blowing island, and then, doesn't really have anything to do with it. There he made a friend with a strange dream who offered him passage on a curious prototype and crashed on the island he now calls home, hence the hot air balloon tie-in, right? So hopefully they're, vague enough, but also fun little nods at the other quests. So spent time looking for a nephew in a vast beach. He's calling the desert a vast beach. He's looking for Ellie Morrison. And I'd like, a little dialogue where he's selling you his glasswares, right? And he, picks your pockets, sticks it in there, and he steals like fish or some other random junk that he'd find interesting more so than gold, right? But Vaso shows Inanna and the adventurer the 3 new activities relating to his glass workshop, and then Inanna on the beach during scavenging finds a washed up egg, and he decides to take it back to Little Pearl, remarking he's had a great adventure, right? So, again, he got exactly what he wanted. Found his uncle, right? A little bit of reunion, a little bit of fun, on a new island, and then he ended up accomplishing what he wanted to do initially, which was protect the eggs, right? By taking the washed up egg from the She Blows island back up to the Little Pearl. Right, so quest completes, and you, well, yeah, this is also, it's blah 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 access, or blah 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 ability, right? Rather than access to an ability to catch. But anyway, yeah, the idea. Scroll, sand bucket, access to Vaso's outdoor workshop, and the ability to catch shimmering gillymots. Right, Inanno is now present at the She Blows docks, and can be given washed up eggs as payment for deposit items. See, typos. Typos are also an issue. Payment for depositing items to the adventurer's bank. Vaso is outside his hut, rewarding adventurers that make him intricate eggs. And intricate eggs are sort of the new crafting, right? So, activities. New crafting method, intricate glass making. We have new hunter, and we also have beach scavenging. So, new hunter, crafting method. So the core feature of the island will be a multi-step crafting process designed to be more click-intensive than your usual glass-blowing activities, right? So, I'd like it to slot between lantern lenses and light orbs, and then eventually overtake light orbs. Overtake Dorkshan light orbs, if you're doing it efficiently, but then give you an unlock that makes light orbs still better. So, overall, it's not gonna, really shake up crafting. It's still gonna pale in comparison to stockpiling, battle stars, what else? Gems, etc., right? I guess leather, if you're doing dragon stuff. But still, an alternative way to utilize your glass, make it go a little bit further. So, step 1, grind sand. There will be a sand grinder on the island. This one will not give noted buckets. Its intended purpose is just for the island, not to replace the one in the desert or sandstone, right? Rocks, right? By conventional method. But buckets will be supplied. So you can basically just run around the whole island and do it all efficiently, right? If you bring some of your own supplies, it may probably end up better though. So the glass furnace can either do normal bucket of sand and soda ash to color glass, or just molten glass and color glass. And essentially, I want it to require upkeep. So you'll have to give it a hardwood log to have it run, right? That's its fuel. He's a Tortugan. It's not super high tech, right? And it also requires copper ore to color the glass. So, right, oxidized metal is usually how glass is colored. I believe I'm not actually a glass worker, right? What do we call it? Glacier, yeah. But so you stick in the copper, you stick in a hardwood log, and you get yourself an inventory of glass, essentially, right? So 1 copper ore, yeah, down here, is worth 28 colored glass, and then depending on what hardwood log, different length of time, right? And then step 3, rolling table. And here you combine your colored glass with the new feathers from the hunting method to create intricate shards, and then oh god, why is this tricking me up now? Intricate shards can then be combined into an intricate egg, right? So, step 1, manually operated like the bone grinder in the Ectofunctus. Right, so it will require ticks. Deposit the sandstone, you turn the wheel, get your buckets. If it's the 10 kilo, for instance, right, it'll be 1 action to get the 8 buckets out of it. It won't be, 8 actions to generate 8 buckets. That's, again, the objective I'm going for. Step 2 requires copper ore and hardwood logs to fuel. And step 3 consumes a random amount of shimmer feathers, 2 to 5. So yeah, you'll have to hunt a decent chunk of them, and then you get to combine the shards into a complete egg. And I could end up deciding if I like this idea more as a tradable or untradable, right? Intricate eggs need to be untradable because they're essentially what you turn into Vaso. But if you're buying intricate shards off the Grand Exchange, hypothetically, of course, to make the intricate eggs, delivering them to Vaso is still somewhat of a difficulty. It'd definitely speed up the process and probably devalue, right, the unlocks, even if, the unlocks are untradable themselves. But, either way, more steps, more activities, rather than just standing in the bank, clicking on your molten glass, right? That's what I would like out of crafting, because it does have a sore spot unless you just have a ton of materials saved up, right? And glass in that aspect doesn't count, in my mind. Oh... This sprung out of the fact that I don't want to do the glass blowing for Song of the Elves. I want to just mine stars, get gems, even though it's technically slower. It just doesn't feel slower. Alright, the glass furnace requires hardwood logs to run and copper ore to color glass. Different logs will burn for different lengths of time, with camphor being found on the island. Each copper ore will allow for 28 colored glass to be produced. So the idea is 1 inventory. Well, it's a little bit more inventory once you factor in the spaces. Be about 2 inventories, right? with buckets and soda ash if you're just getting them from the island. So you mine, do 2 inventories, go back mine, do 2 inventories, right? And that way it sort of breaks up the activity, and maybe, therefore, experience rates can be higher even, right? Because essentially, having to run around the island and do all the little things is what will keep it in check and, make it a bit more comparable to normal glass blowing. But then if you can, maximize efficiency, you can bring, the log basket with camphor logs, so you don't have to go chop logs, right? Beautiful, done. Copper ore you probably always have to mine, but it's not that far of a node. This is where the workshop is, 5, right? And then intricate eggs can be handed to Vaso for reward shop points. Get you some unlocks, which we will get to. And then the new hunter method. So, in order to make glass, you need these feathers. These feathers are got from a new bird, right? I want to make bird hunting a little bit more impactful because I think you just completely skip over it, right? I can't remember. You do the museum, you hit 9. I guess you can go do the first... No, not the first bird. What are they? Copper longtails on Star Wars, right? At 9, so you go museum, copper longtails, and then as soon as that's done, you just skip past them. Because I think it works out more efficiently just to harvest the rubies, right? Because one bird trap is awful. And then either way, birds drop off. It's kind of weird. Everything else is, definitely spread out, right? There's a good range of activities across Hunter, except for birds. Birds, it's just in and out, right? So I wanted to expand upon that a little bit. So the new Hunter method is Guillemots, and Guillemots, while caught like any other bird using a bird snare, will feature a unique twist where periodically a weary one will fly down from a tree and try to knock over your bird snare, giving you an opportunity to click on it and spook it to scare it away, rewarding you a little bit more Hunter XP. I'd like a tie-in with the Hunter Spear, right? That, aids in teasing, but doesn't really have super else use, right? I don't think you'd ever use it as a weapon, you just go do moons, correct? So I'd like a rationale where you can throw them at the birds and use that as a ranged way to spook them. There's so many ideas here that, obviously, because of the competition, the concisement, I couldn't actually fit, unfortunately, which is a bit unfortunate. The whole 3 brand new activities and not, giving you a whole lot of words to explain them is a bit of a sad side. But yeah, so the idea is you set up your trap, you're catching normal ones, and every now and then a weary one will fly down from the tree at your trap, give you a few ticks to click on it, spook it away, fly back to its tree, and have a chance to knock over its nest, right? So you'll be able to get feathers, XP, and maybe very, very slightly some bird nests, and that's where Inanno comes into help, right? Where you can bring in washed up eggs and he deposits stuff to your bank, right? He does a little trip to the Great Conch for you. So, some of these other activities have payoffs. Same with like the Dust Devils, and just add washed up eggs to all the drop tables on the island. Maybe they should be, maybe they should have been called something like Lost Eggs. But yeah. Alright, I am awful at checking comments. Alright, so anything else about the birds? No, not really. Right, so again, set up. Normal ones just flying around the hunter spot, right, with trees. And then, again, weary ones will fly, squawk from its tree, so you know which tree it's coming from. And then, I like to make it somewhat complex by way of you need a good reaction speed. So, like 4 ticks to interact with it or something like that. So relatively quick, just to pass by. And then obviously if you don't spook it or scare it, it knocks over your trap, you have to reset it, and then that diminishes your overall Hunter XP, right? That'd be kind of cool. And then lastly, beach scavenging. So the idea here is this is how Inanno collects sandstone. Sorry, not Inanno, getting confused already. Vaso collects sandstone. He has these little catchments, right? He fills them with ocean water and sand. Yeah, makes sense in my head. It's RuneScape, it doesn't have to be fully thought out, right? So you fill it up, dries out, and you get yourself sandstone, right? And idea being, yes, sandstone, and some seaweed, right? And maybe a chance to wash it up egg. And that's basically how you continue to just stay on the island to do your glass making, right? Again, I don't want it to make normal glass making obsolete. I'd like it to mesh with it, well, either being an alternative way to get sandstone where you're getting more sandstone, granted you still have to run it to the desert, again, to use the proper grinder, and you're just forgetting about the mining XP, right? That's sort of the balancing act. Or again, you can just stay at the island and it's sort of self-sufficient, right? You scavenge, you get seaweed and sandstone, you cook it, grind it, melt it, roll it, etc., right? So empty sand pits can be opened to fill with seawater, then close to dry out, and lastly search to acquire sandstone, giant seaweed, and rarely washed up eggs. And then again, the 3 activities go together, right? You need your feathers, you need your sand, and then you're golden. And then you start just doing intricate glass making, right? And maybe there's room to expand upon it. Maybe you make more stuff than just eggs. You make, I don't know, beads, the beads that imps love to steal, something like that. I would have liked to, include different ores for different colors. But again, it needs to be a small activity, and this is probably borderline large. Yeah, it's probably the one large activity, right? So I couldn't go too crazy with it. Right, so new item wise, you have colored glass, created through the glass furnace, shimmer feathers through the new hunter, intricate shards, again, craft them, intricate eggs, crafted, and XP wise, right? It'd be like a little bit, same as smelting, a little bit more. And then the main bulk of the XP will come from assembling the eggs, right? So glass blowing and then just general crafting. Maybe there's a chance to break them, maybe there's not. Washed up eggs found rarely. Beach scavenging can be given to a nano at the docks to deposit items to your bank. Then I remembered the 2, right? That's what I've got here. 4 deposit items. 4 depositing items. Hence. Right, Vasso's Pipe. So these are the 2 big unlocks from the island and the rewards that then helps the rest of your glass blowing journey. So Vasso's Pipe, a better glass blowing pipe, when used in glass blowing, gives a small chance to speed up crafting to 2 ticks. So when I say small chance and speed up crafting, I mean for just 1 molten glass, right? So think this proccing maybe once or twice per inventory, which, still goes a long way. I was contemplating riding it like the fletching knife, where, after that first go, it speeds everything up, but then I thought that'd be a bit too insane, right? It would take it from like 120k an hour to 180, which, again is not crazy, but we're not meant to upset crafting too much, right, as per the guidelines. So yeah, a slight improvement to glass blowing. But this is probably the big one, the Muddy Satchel. So it can store up to 100 kilograms worth of sandstone, right, and then produces a single item, a 100 kilogram chunk when full, which is then worth 80 buckets of sand at the grinder. So the idea is you get a Muddy Satchel, and you're now just using this, right? If you're in the desert, you have to run to the grinder a whole lot less because, again, you'll basically just fill the satchel, get a 100 kilo chunk. Do it again, do it again, do it again. Granted, right, the weight will definitely add up a lot more than the normal sandstone, so, there'll be a little bit of balancing there as well, right? Which is a nice thought where there's these cascade of effects where, how exactly do you optimize this? How do you optimize scaring the way the Gillian wants, right? Positioning of traps, etc. That I would love to see explored, if this ever got made properly, right? But, again, open-ended, because part of me wants this to be consumed. So basically, you buy a whole inventory, minus a few spots, and then you slowly fill it, and it turns, fills, turns, fills, turns, fills, turns. But, just a one-off purchase, and then that's your sandstone. But it's also good for the island itself, because then beach scavenging, you can get a whole inventory of these 100 kilogram chunks. Hopefully find a washed up egg in that go, right? And then give them all to a nano to deposit. And again, the idea is to try and make it a faster way of getting sandstone. So the rolls, for instance, are always a little bit higher than, the randomness of sandstone. Maybe not so much with the Barrock test body. But again, I'd like this to, obviously because it doesn't reward XP, yield more sandstone overall, right? And then, sort of this being a alternative to mining, where obviously you're getting Slayer or combat experience instead, right? So probably Sand Devils, least amount, right? Then mining in the desert, and then the new activity in terms of sandstone yield, right? And then, the Muddy Satchel just improves all of that. Now, XP-wise, I'd like empty light orbs with the new pipe to still be the highest glass blowing XP, then intricate glass making with max efficiency, then normal empty light orbs, and then normal intricate glass making, and then of course lantern lenses, right? So lantern lenses for a little bit, you unlock your intricate, you go unlock the island, gives you a reason to get your sailing up, your hunter up, everything else up, to just speed up the crafting journey a little bit, especially for Song of the Owls, which again is what I'm stuck on currently. But when we talk about max efficiency, right? And this is where I would just love to see what people do with it, right? Because I have something in mind, but there's probably stuff I've missed. So general inventory to start. You've got your tools to mine your copper and your wood, right? So you can run the furnace. You've hunted, you've collected a bunch of feathers, so you're good on that front. And then you basically just make your glass, right? Get more sandstone, get more soda ash. Go again, go again, go again, go again. Once you're running out of the copper and the log, you go mine, you go get your hardwood log again, and you repeat. Right? And there's some agility shortcuts to aid in that as well. So, if you have high agility as well, then, it gets even more efficient. But then once we look at sort of the advanced inventory, well, we have runes for super glass make, we have giant seaweed, we have copper, and we have the log basket. So the idea here is log basket means you can cut out the wood cutting for, probably long enough, right? Copper ore, you probably still have to mine. That's fine. Again, the idea is that at some point you are doing this sort of loop, right? And that's keeping the XP in check-ish. But the idea is you super glass make, you get that crafting XP, you color it, you make it, you pick it up, and keep going. Right? And then you go scavenge. Maybe have giant seaweed growing. You pick a few, right? Obviously not enough to fill your inventory. And just the bag space management that this could offer is exciting to me, right? So, intricate glass making. No XP for grinding the sandstone, of course, but buckets are provided, with buckets of sand taken unnoted out of the grinder, right? So you can't just pay Vaso like, I forget his name in the desert. It's a play on Darude Sandstorm, no? But anyway, so this isn't an efficient way to get sandstone. It's a way to get sandstone for the island that makes sense within the crafting method, but doesn't replace the desert, right? It's operated like the Ectophuctus bone grinder per sandstone. That's the big one to emphasize, not per bucket of sand, but sandstone. So having those bigger chunks is important. Once you get the muddy satchel and you have that 100 kilogram chunk, just grinding that once and then having 80 buckets stored in the grinder is great, right? That's obviously then going to add to the max efficiency. Probably to open this up more, the Vaso pipe does actually have to be a bit more often. But anyway, XP crafting from creating colored glass, allowing you to double dip on super glass make. So super glass make to make normal glass, and the furnace to make colored glass, right? And getting XP from both. And then standard smelting speed for glass. Crafting the intricate shards will just be like a normal glass activity, right? Where you're blowing at the table, using the feathers up, and you're getting the shards. I'd like them to be stackable, but maybe that's not the way to go. And then crafting XP from combining the intricate shards into an egg. So intricate shards stack with a craft button, right? Just click on them to craft, and you do a 4-tick action to assemble the egg. Probably means they need to be on trade door, right? Otherwise, well, it would be interesting to see where it lands. Because then, it might be a decent moneymaker. Where making the shards and then selling them to the Grand Exchange, not getting that last bump of XP, is a decent moneymaker, right? Then for the Guillemonts, 100 XP from successful bird snares, just like usual. Then also successfully scaring off a wary Guillemont, also rewards 100 XP. Failure, I'm talking too much. Sorry, I'm excited, right? It's fun to present creative ideas. Failing to scare a weary Guillemont will cause the trap to collapse, needing to be reset. So if you don't successfully click on the one that's swooping down, then you're really going to eat into your XP rates, right? Now, the Hunt Spear can scare from a distance, otherwise the adventurer moves to the weary Guillemont. So, again, trap placement becomes important, and that's a nice thing to have to consider, right? But, there we go. The Island of the Shiblos. Yeah. Part of me wishes I held off, so we can correct a few of the things, right? And add the music in. But it's too late. I've emailed Old School, and it's one submission per, so I can't do the whole, oops, forgot this, right? Either way, it's a fun time doing something creative like this for me, right? It's the thought expression more so than anything, and I'm super excited to again see what other people have come up with, because the fact that this is so open-ended is just crazy, right? Like, it can go so many ways in terms of what people end up making, right? Again, this is just crafting focus. Someone could do a thieving island, someone could do a fishing island, right? Granted, with the squids, there's no point. But the point is, everything is possible, and that's kind of cool. So, super excited to see what other people come up with and what ends up being, the big ones on the chopping block for the player community to then decide upon. But Give me better give me better mid-game crafting, right? Before I get into PVMing, before I get, more gems than I can possibly do anything with, right? Anyway, that will do it. Yeah, swap screens back. We can get into Tombs of Damascus. Okay, what do I need for Tombs? Bone Dagger's nice, even on entry. Partisan for Kepri. Definitely need magic and range. Has to be dagger for the heart, no? I also want a stab weapon. Basically everything. What does this look like? Just click on everything till you have a full set on. Okay, spec weapons, main weapons. This isn't so bad, actually. Magic gear. I will need ammo, though. Plus, you can deposit stuff to the peoples, right? Yeah. Broad bolts. And crossbow. Range 140. This should be fine for entry mode, surely. Oh, and then I want runes for thralls. Actually, no, I will have salts by then. That's fine. Fire, blood, cosmic. Cool. Probably make it before I go in. Okay. So the overall attempts. I can do any for Into the Tombs, no? We might as well just send it naked. Yeah. Screw it, we'll just do it naked to start. Oh, it's just called empty, because there's nothing. I need to put at least one thing on to have rewards. It doesn't change much. I guess because I'm just in entry, so it doesn't matter. Right? If I'm just at the tip of entry, it's the same thing as being at the opposite end. At least from the looks of it. I mean, the main thing is just the eyes. Alright, we'll do naked entry, so to speak. Food-wise, bring 8 prep pots. Monkeys first. Oh, Book of the Dead if I'm thralling. Alright. Get the quest, well, mini quest done. Get my lamp. Happy days. Oh, I don't remember what monkeys are what. This is gonna go badly. brawlers. These are shamans. They lied to me. Oh, and I don't one shot. And I should be protecting from melee. Why am I not hitting? Oh, right. It's opposite attack styles. Not same attack styles. That is my bad. Not on this thing. I think it worked. Green on blue. Blue on red. I don't really want to use the scepter though. I swear, not one-shotting things is atrocious here, even on entry. Probably great range. So used to one-shotting them, I gotta wait for 2 hits. And I didn't bring an antidote either. Ooh. I have a volatile at some point. The poison's actually gonna screw me. I should spend this time just tagging stuff. I think I actually have to restart because of the venom. We can't leave. Interesting. Just... Are we done? I think we're done. Long left. It's actually not 2. It's just all my food. Barbers might be a problem though. We'll see how it goes. Definitely my bad for getting any poison. Even if this is entry mode. Out of the prayer pot's not great. See how quickly Bubba dies. Dagger. Dagger. Should have brought weaker thralls. So I'm not on stab. He should be one shots. They're not. That's bad. This is really bad. This is horrible. I should have bought a Bone Crossbow. This is really, really bad. Do I even have a quick teleport out? I don't think I do. I don't know why I ran away from that. Well, I do actually. I put something on my other screen. And stop paying attention. I can't deal with the next boulder phase. At least they one shot. Alright, fun times. I did swap. No, I can't do this with a normal crossbow. I don't know why I was thinking I'd one-shot them. It was entry mode. You do it with a bone crossbow? I mean, the fights are not going to be bad. Just the gear I've chosen is not great. I have to, like, farm up MSB. Bones, that doesn't matter anymore. Might as well just wear that. Lose an inventory spot. Maybe I should just bring lesser thralls. What is it? Earth and Death. Alright, anti-poison. Rat pots. You'd probably just ditch the thrall. I mean, we get scarabs anyway, so... I mean, technically this should be fine. Just want the XP lamp. That's also just to get the mini quest done. I didn't pre-pot. I'm still gonna do monkeys first. Is there... I have tiles, but I don't have... Is there a monkey room plugin? Don't have to tag them myself. Points, blah blah blah. Guessing I have to tag them myself. I guess I might as well. You know what? No, screw it. We can figure this out normally. Just the opposite color. Well, not opposite. Usual color. Crawlers are first. Alright. We don't one shot. Never one shot. Oh, it's 3 now with a bone crossbow. That's a problem. Go nuts. I walk into that. Mages. Not moving around now either. Thought you always hit when you use the correct style. I guess not, apparently. This feels like a reset straight away. Alright, you can't leave. Bring a teleport. Drag on the root on the bone crossbow is also screwing me. Thank you. Oh wait, range for mage. Oh, it's me being the idiot. Take it. No, take the last wave. Alright, whack them all, and then we're good. We'll be fine. Boulders are the main thing. Hopefully it's 2 hits from a bone crossbow and we haven't dropped down a whole damage bracket. That would just end up being a nightmare. LA. Spec. I'm taking that. Alright, let's find out. Of course. Not equipped. And there's no way I can run through them, though. Just avoid the damage. The 2 phases. Of course. Absolutely atrocious. Whatever. Just have to survive the next one. If you stick a melee throw up here, are they smart enough? Probably not. I equipped it, then unequipped it, of course. Just about avoiding damage. There's as he gets it. Alright. I'd like to do this whole thing without dying, but if we have to use the scarabs, we have to use the scarabs. Well, it's tempting, actually. Actually, no, because now I shat myself with the... Oh, God. This is, being able to face tank everything and use one style on Gridmaster. Now I don't have the right crossbow for Proc. On entry mode, do you just use, I don't know, like knives or something? Against the boulders? Maybe. Please tell me I have the correct plugin for this. Yeah. He's still Bone Dagger every, right? 50-50. Oh. 50-50. Well, it's not. What is it? Knives. I wonder if I can just mage the big. No, it doesn't matter enough. I can just bright range. Maybe I should deal with them. Definitely forgot about poison. Fine, we'll get the honey locust. Be happy. Back in time. Oh, sort of. Actually, I'm praying ranged all the time, so I shouldn't bother. We even profited one honey locust. Would it be good? Yeah, it's kind of good. Alright. Head first? Yeah, head first. Oh, I've got to mine. Oh, now I have to mine the horrible way. Hey, JC. Should have kept mining. It's getting, was it? Into the Tombs done. Will be sweet, sweet XP. Dances melee. That. And the Book of the Dead. We salt so we can thrall. Wonder if I actually have the damage for this. Seems like we'll be fine. Yellow's not paying attention. We'll see. No, that means yellow's next, then black. I mean, it looks like our damage is fine. I definitely need to get back to sailing. It feels nice just having it at clean 50. And once all the quests are done, just working on tiering it, I guess. It's awful that there's only 3 of the Barracuda trials. It definitely seems like that should be fleshed out more, because that's like the main skilling route. Because everything else does not seem great. Last quest, get your cape back. Fair enough. I don't know why I got to 50, actually, thinking about it. I think I was trying salvaging. Also not paying attention. I mean, we have tons of leeway anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, Ironmans are definitely a lot of work. Like, there's been some skilling grinds that I kind of need to do that I can't be bothered. Well, not that I can't be bothered, I just don't have time for at the moment. Like, I was hoping to basically just do these 5 quests this week, but it'll probably be a little bit later, unfortunately. Because, like, construction's a big one I still have to do, and I have to make a whole lot of cash for that. I just don't have at the moment. Is it magic or range for these? I think it's magic. The 5 big ones are all I have left now, which is pretty cool. So, what are we actually... Desert Treasure, I have to get 60 construction, that's fine. We can technically do Dragon Slayer too. I don't know if I have the gear for that though. 70 crafting for Monkey Madness and Song of the Elves is the... Song of the Elves is the big one. I'll definitely be like the last quest. Even though you should probably end on Desert Treasure too. But it should be Questcape by New Year's, hopefully. Like, I also have to, like, run around and do a whole bunch of item grinds. Like, I need some tanky pieces from Barrows or Moons. Yeah, I haven't done any of the any of the Desert 2 bosses outside of Leagues. So I'm not totally looking forward to them. They'll definitely be in the title each time. I can beat the crocodile. The water. I'm taking a bit of unnecessary damage here. I'm kind of just doing this sloppily. Oh, can I beat 2 crocodiles? Yes, I can beat 2 crocodiles. Alright, because I'm still salted. Wondering why that didn't go. Actually, you did miss something. For the island map submission. Actually, I think I still have it. Quick look-see. I'm sure I can gauge your interest this way. Don't mind that. I close it? I did. Which one is it? It's this one. I'm proposing a crafting island. The Jagex's design an island competition. I talked about it a bit before as like a sounding board. But I'm very curious to see what gets made. Or gets suggested. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of cool ideas. Oh, that was bad. That was worse. I just did diagonally. That was way too early. Well, you have to be directly behind them? I guess we'll find out. No, we're golden. Actually, I could have shot from here as well. You can probably turn that on too. We have enough supplies. Well, there's the poison, which is slightly a problem. Alright, I'm contemplating my bone situation, because I do not have enough bone bolts for the final boss, now that I'm thinking about it. Which means I kind of have to melee. Which seems like a crazy idea. That was too early. I need to be going on the animation. I need to not step back so far. I forget which tile it is that he can melee on. Take stock of the situation. Growls are my friend here. He waves, which means no damage. Oh, that's really bad. I wonder if I can get 2 swings in. Oh. I wasn't stepping out far enough, I think. Yeah. I mean, he's not really hitting me with melee. Is it actually you can step out of his attack? Because I'm not even getting a hit splat. It must be. No. That was a big hit. And he does bleed damage, I guess? I'm at the mercy of my thrall, currently. That was a good hit, though. Come on. Alright, we managed somehow. Problem is, this is not a whole lot of bone bolts for the final fight. I definitely need adrenaline. Yeah, I can't. I don't have enough prayer. Which means I don't need the salt, so I might as well take this. I don't think you can for prayer. Unfortunately. Or for like the restore pool or anything like that. I mean, with the Ambrosias, I should be fine, yeah. Most likely. Need the book. Definitely want to throw... God. I can't range the phase at all, because I need to do it for the heart. Yeah. This is going to be rough. It's still stab? I think it's still the partisan. Memory serves. I don't even know what you pray. I feel like it's mage. I mean, that should be plenty. I mean, it's not tanky. It's fine. I think the diagonals are safe. I don't know if I can hit, though. Nope. I don't know if I salted either. Should probably just bandage and scarab. And then it's mage for the first form, I think. Hopefully that's correct. I don't remember which projectile is which. I think that's ranged. And the more magical looking thing is going to be magic. I think I'm on the wrong tile. Alright, now the fun part. Why can't I summon a thrall? Oh, because I'm out of prayer. Oopsie daisy. I'm just gonna ambrosia. We have like 5 of them. I mean, to be honest, I can just brain dead this whole thing. This is the issue. We're not gonna have enough. But the thrall can still knock it down. As long as we don't... Oh, we're going to trigger another range phase, and I'm just going to have to let the Thrall do it. Oh, it's going to be so awful. Oh well, we have infinite supplies. Whatever. Or the Ambrosia. Probably shouldn't be going as gun-ho as I am on them, actually. Yeah, it'll be one more range phase. Oh, the fun. You can't hit it at all, can you? No, so... fine. Do I have any crossbow bolts left? Like 2. I do actually have to kind of care then, because my resources aren't infinite. Does he not attack if we don't attack? That must be the case. But even though I can't do damage, I still have to hit. I believe in you, Thrall. Slowly, surely. They heal? I miss. God, why didn't I bring more bolts? He's slowly getting there. Fair enough. To be honest, my focus isn't 100% even on stream, currently. When something like this that, you know, my mind just goes, I don't really have to care. Last little bit. I shouldn't have drunk that. I mean, technically I don't even have to really restore my stats. Last 40. Almost through the tunnel. I screw it up. I'm panicking, trying to throw. Alright, slight reset. Always when I go to swap, or go to refresh the thrall. Going up ever so slightly. 20 more. And more. 9. 6. 2. 1. Finally. And we have full spec, so the heart's definitely going down. I'd laugh if it doesn't. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the lack of hitting is not good though. Probably put Chivalry on. Is the Partisan better? It might be. Alright. There we go. Whew. It's the Wardens. Make sure it doesn't respawn, and we can get our lamp. Ooh. It's a 1% chance. Do I care about coconut milk? I definitely don't care about the manta rays. Alright, give me my lamp. I'll talk to them. Worried for a second that I missed a step. Do I have to go through all their dialogue? Yes. Yes, you do. Well, maybe not. What happens now? Yeah, there we go. So that's Into the Tombs done. And going on defense. Alright, 72 defense. Not bad, right? We did entry, TOB, TOA. It'll be much nicer once gear is better overall. But means I just have some skilling to do. You know what? Actually, if we run around and check farming, I should hit 70, I think. Let's do that quickly. I also technically have to go buy some more bone bolts. And also change my spell book. Spellbook first, I guess. Which is still fairing. I should have palm trees to check. His Spory, I think, is up as well. And then at least that's one more skill checked off. And Hunter, I don't think it's going to be too awful. But while I finish off the skills, we might have to do Diaries or something tomorrow. Yeah, Mauritania, Baroque. I think I can get most of the mediums done. And that'll be our Herblore XP. Interesting. What did I just do? I don't think I've ever triggered this in the random event. Yes. Do I not get a frog token? Oh, okay, well. There goes that lamp. Oops. I would also kind of like to get prayer up, though. Because, obviously, the next bosses are proper bosses. I don't know if 60 prayer cuts it. I have to make like a mill for construction. Is kind of the nightmare. I don't know what lantern I actually have. Candle lantern. Thousand bone bolts should be enough for now. Yeah. Alright. Farm Guild. Reconstruction levels doesn't seem too far away. Not construction, crafting. I think it's like 4 hours of mahogany homes I have to do. I looked into it. I know I need about a mill to make all the teak planks. I did have a Spory, right? I think so. And some seeds to drop off anyway. Alright, deal with Spory first. I don't think I have another one to replant. Not yet, at least. Maybe after we check the palm trees. Started off so strong, and then our damage has just dropped off, it seems. Right for a bottomless bucket. Right for some damage. God, I should have kept the zombie axe. Zombie axe is definitely better. Not paying attention to me. Finally. Bottomless buckets. Nah. Oh well. 69. And soon to be 70. Oh. The other seeds. Oop. Gonna have to buy some more as well. Alright, but we don't really have to plant anything. I'm just gonna harvest, save grass for the seeds, and then we'll go do the palm trees, and that'll be 70. Okay. And all it is daily herb runs. That's all I have to remember. We have what? 3 teak. That's 30k-ish. All these are oaks, so they don't matter. And then hopefully none of these are dead. And then that's plenty of XP right there. From palm trees. Back-to-back snack grass would be lovely. I already had it planted. So, yeah, it's fine. I suppose I should plant that. These seeds are... Well, the curry trees are okay, I guess. They can stay... Are they not? They're not part of my birdhouse seeds? They are. Guess none of them are. Alright, I lied. I will plant the required one. Mainly because I'm pretty sure I'm just going to forget to do any farming after I stop streaming. I usually just take a full break. I also need gold for the charter ship. I need to go to Brimhaven. What did I plant? Hear it. Actually, Fossil Island for the teak. Alright, let's hit 70 farming. Seven. 14. And oh, I know the Spore Seed is nice. And the Savannah for 21. And then what, like 3 palm trees to do it? Suppose we should also, like, knock out the mini quests. Like, some of them are kind of redundant. Like, the Enchant Key and Search for Knowledge are kind of bleh. Like, this is get all the pages or whatever, right? This is just Wild Goose Chase. Barbarian Training is also kind of eh. Frozen Door, I guess, is the exciting one, right? Because you have 2 God Wars. Family Pest is literally just a money sink. Hope Sphere's Will, this actually I don't know. Yeah. That seems a bit more involved. Either way, Diaries, probably mini-quest then. A little bit of skilling, and then hopefully that means post-Christmas? No, I'll probably do. I'll probably start it before Christmas. We start tackling the big 5. I wonder what the best order is. Like, Monkey Madness is probably... Well, it's probably not the most convoluted, but it's up there. But it's the easiest boss, it feels like. They'd probably go Monkey Madness, Wild Guptic Sleep, Song. I feel like Galvanac is technically more of a challenge, because he's less of a skill check and more of just a gear check, right? Than the Desert Treasure. What are we at? 2 more. Where are we at? Gnome Stronghold, Tree Gnome Village, so Varrock. I did not pick any coconuts. I will have to, won't I? Yeah. If I pick this and the other one, maybe that's good enough? It might be a little short. I might have to go to Castori. Actually, it's quicker to go in and follow the gnome, right? How much are we short? 500. So yeah, this won't be enough. Which is annoying. If we pick this Jenga berry bush, maybe? Why berry bush? Oh, actually this should be enough. I forgot I changed this out. Alright, there we go. 70 farming for Song of the Elves. Almost there. I don't have to worry about skilling till we tackle the Diaries. Although that will probably just be a little bit more slowed down. So yeah, 70 herb lore, that's fine. I have a good amount of herbs stockpiled. And then of course we have the Diary still. And Fossil Island to tackle it. That should be fine. What is 70? 70 is 738. 100k-ish off Fossil Island. Banked, and then the Diaries. Yeah, that should hit 70. Hunter. Not bad. That's like 2 hours of Razorbacks. So Hunter's fine too. Construction. It's mainly just the planks I need. But yeah, so it's definitely reasonable for us to get Questcape by the end of the year, which is pretty cool, right? How long are we? Oh, 22 days. So a month to get Questcape. Month of playtime to get Questcape. That's pretty cool, right? But I do think I'll leave it there, right? It's lunchtime for me. We got a good chunk done, right? Both entry raids. Very much looking forward to obviously coming back with better gear and then also having to focus up, right? My attention span sort of wanes near the end. Anyway, that'll be me for today. Same time tomorrow? I think so. I don't think I have anything on. Right? It's Christmas week. I don't think I have anything on. Anyway, I will probably handle crafting. God, just making a whole bunch of glass and doing that in my off time today. Though maybe it should just be more agility pyramid for cash. It might be around 82 to get enough cash for construction. Otherwise, maybe Slayer. Or maybe we do like Barrows or Moons tomorrow, right? We start getting some better pieces of gear, right? Make the final stuff a little bit more manageable, because we're scraping through, essentially, with what we have. But anyway, I'm out.